There are reports that Quin Snyder may be out in Utah. He may be done. Quin Snyder is 1,000 times better coach than Steve Nash has shown that he is in Brooklyn. Okay? And if Quin Snyder's available, the Nets aren't going to do this, but they should go very hard after Quin Snyder.
Yeah.
Quin Snyder, this is who he is. You can point to his playoff failures and be like, he's way overrated. The thing is, if you really look at the Utah Jazz, Rudy Gobert was like a late first-round pick that under Quin Snyder has turned into the best defensive player of his generation.
This is what I mean, and I know where you're going with this, but they have people need to understand that they have overachieved relative to their personnel. Like bringing Joe Ingles and Bojan Bogdanovic to a number one seed year in year out is no easy feat. People forget the personnel there. It's not the best of the best.
No one wants to actually go to Utah. Like Derek Favors seems to authentically like Utah, and he keeps going there, and they keep making him go back.
Post Malone lives there.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, he moved to Utah.
No,
so,
Muscle does.
Suck on that, Mike.
Does he actually, or just because his last name's Malone, he's like, I'm in Utah?
I didn't put that together. No, he does. He really does. Anyways,
okay.
Sorry.
He's from Syracuse. You know that?
I did know that.
So anything?
I watched the Chicken Wing show on YouTube, so I know all about him. He was on that thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sorry, just got a good text message.
Did you?
Quin Snyder has proven himself to be a very creative offensive coach. He's built defensive schemes that have been the best in the NBA. Of course, he has had talent in terms of Rudy Gobert, but he molded that talent, like I said. He's a Duke guy. Not that really ultimately matters that much, but hey, Coach K can be an advisor here too. That's how you get Coach K and Quin Snyder. Thank you very much for that. I understand that there's a segment of the fan base that wants to continue to give Steve Nash, sort of like a chance to prove himself. Part of that segment is Kevin Durant, it seems. So that's the most important person. And if Kevin Durant truly believes that Steve Nash is a worthy coach, then, hey, I'm here for it. But if there was a job opening right now with the Brooklyn Nets, if they had fired Steve Nash, the clamoring for Quin Snyder we'd be walking through the streets of New York City, and people would be throwing out Quin Snyder confetti like it was a Canyon of Heroes parade. You know, they would be shouting from the rooftops, Quin! You know, it would be the amount people would be buying Snyder pretzels.
Yeah.
They'd be so the stock price on Snyder's pretzels would go through the roof.
I gotta tell you,
it'd be like AMC to the moon.
That's gotta be tough. That I'm a Hanover guy. That the honey mustard and onion. So that's gonna be tough.
Get on the Snyder train, buddy. People would be watching Zack Snyder's cut of the movie.
Wow.
Justice League, a Zack Snyder film. That's how much they'd be wanting Quin Snyder. Okay, they would all be watching Lost and really empathizing with the character Quinn.
Wow.
Remember the bald guy?
I do.
Who used to be in a wheelchair? Spoiler alert. Sorry if I'm spoiling Lost for you. Anyways, all I'm saying is people would really want Quin Snyder.
Go off, King. You're crushing it.
And also, he looks fantastic in a vest. Have you seen the photo of him in like a bubble vest?
Yeah, I would.
He's Pat Riley 2.0.
I don't like that coaches aren't wearing suits anymore. It doesn't feel right. Quin Snyder is a guy that needs a suit. I got to tell you. Like, not that Steve Nash isn't, and we've had a lot of besuited guys in the past, but Quin Snyder, like with a slick back hair and a pullover sweatshirt, no, not with slick back hair, Mike.
I could go for like a nice tennis sweater, like a corded braided sort of like Nantucket.
He should dress like
red, white, and
Fast
blue.
Eddie in Color of Money. He should be wearing a paisley suit with a maroon sweater vest underneath it.
Steve Nash is going to be the coach of this team. This was a pointless conversation. I just want it on the record. Quin Snyder is a much better coach, and if he comes available and he gets like another contender scoops him up, Nets fans are going to feel pretty silly. They're going to feel pretty silly about that guy could have been a Nets coach potentially, and we were too afraid to upset Steve Nash because he's such a nice guy. Love Steve Nash the human, but I haven't seen anything as a coach that I'm like, yay, this is you're doing it.
I'm also excited to see it just from Utah's perspective, just because I do think that the wheels could fall off one way or another without Quin Snyder. Like I'd be one of those cases where he's been there for what 8 years, I think, or something like that. It's their whole team identity is about.
Utah's a pretty fun team to pick apart, because Donovan Mitchell. Then it's immediately Donovan Mitchell goes to the Knicks. Where does Rudy Gobert go? Rudy Gobert left to languish in Utah with a bunch of scrubs. Does Bojan Bogdanovic come back to the Nets? Couldn't the Nets use a Bojan Bogdanovic?
Well, in a world where Joe Harris rolls his ankle into oblivion over and over again, yes. But if that's fixed,
have you been surprised there hasn't been a lawsuit against Joe Harris for walking in the snow to get coffee when his ankle was so screwed up? I'm surprised.
A lawsuit from the Nets to suing him?
Yeah, suing him.
It is a great way to roll your ankle. It is really treacherous out there sometimes.
Can I say, if I owned the team, it would definitely be things I would be asking about. I'd be like, what are you doing, Joe?
Yeah.
What are you doing out there?
You see, he got a bunch of new tats. He's got a whole sleeve now, which is what I was calling for that a while ago. I was like, if you're in for a penny, in for a pound, Mike.
If he looked like Chris Anderson Birdman this season, that's a pro, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's not a con.
He needs to have his Dennis Rodman weird
he showed up with leopard hair.
yeah. I want him to
Des Lombardo, can you edit Joe Harris to look like he has leopard hair, please?
That'll be easy.